Having moved from Red Deer and from kind of conservative country into, the pocket of kind of liberal West Coast culture, I found a lot of discrepancies between what I had learned about food and food production growing up and what I was hearing from my friends and from people I respected in that kind of culture. They were really at odds with each other, fundamental differences in values and understanding about how food was produced. We could be talking vaccines, climate change, GMOs. The first question I ask anybody is, what level of evidence would you have to see? What would you have to see to change your mind? If the answer is nothing would change my mind, the conversation is not worth having. Like, I can't fault people for being in this position. Food is something that, whether or not it's marketed this way, it's something that is sacred. It's something you put in your body. It's something that nourishes you. I can understand people's trepidation with messing with that. At the same time, I don't think people necessarily know our history with food, where we've come from, how we've gotten to here. There is no such thing as a natural piece of broccoli. There's no such thing as a natural any food we eat practically, because everything has been so changed by breeding. I think the most important thing I started to understand about genetic engineering was that it is a logical and practical step up and step forward in processes we've been using since Mendel was messing with peas and learning pea genetics. We have been making small strides in plant husbandry for a very long time. You can go back even further than Mendel to the way that Native Americans grew corn. It's the difference between writing a book with a quill and ink versus typing it on a word processor. Fundamentally, you get the same thing out of it. You get an edible plant. And I think in that way, we've always simply used the best tools at our disposal to make our food as edible and as beneficial to humans as possible. That's what we need to feed an ever-growing population, and especially to be adaptive in a world where the climate is changing and where things are just going to be different. Maybe we need to be adaptive with our crops, and maybe genetic engineering is a way to do that.